All right, this is the copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And this video is not for any monetary gain. It is explicitly for the reasons stipulated in the Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107.
While Trump's record of attacks is stark, it's also in line with American history. After all, this is what US presidents do: regime change. They've been in this business for a long, long time. Ask Iran. They got a taste of it way back in 1953. Their prime minister was Mohammad Mossadegh. He was a democratically elected leader, but the Americans got rid of him. Do you know why? Because he wanted Iran to benefit from its oil wealth. You see, until the 1950s, the West controlled Iran's oil, the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. It was a British firm, and they got a bulk of the oil money. Iran only got a limited share. Mossadegh wanted to change that. He had the support of the parliament and the people. He tried to nationalize Iran's oil fields. Britain, of course, did not like it, so they appealed to the Americans for help. And guess what the US did? They launched what was called Operation Ajax. The CIA laid the groundwork for a coup. The first attempt failed, but in 1953, the second attempt succeeded. Mossadegh was removed. The US installed a pro-Western monarchy. It was under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. Then in 1954, they turned to Guatemala. Their president was Jacobo Arbenz. He introduced land reforms in the country. And these reforms hurt an American company called United Fruit. This company owned a lot of land in Guatemala, so the CIA came to their help. They launched Operation PB Success. They trained 480 rebels. They launched a fear campaign and dropped leaflets from the sky. The Guatemalan army gave up without a fight. President Arbenz was removed. A military officer supported by the US took power in his place. With these two successful attempts, Washington got bolder. Their next target was Cuba. They wanted to replace Fidel Castro. They orchestrated an invasion by CIA-trained Cuban exiles. It failed. Castro came back stronger. This failed coup led to the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. Then in 1963, the US turned to South Vietnam. They wanted to counter communism in the country. The then president, Ngo Dinh Diem, was not helping. So America decided to remove him, and they did it in 1963, but the coup created a political vacuum. It destabilized South Vietnam. That same year, the US also targeted Iraq. They supported a coup against then Prime Minister Abdul Karim Qasim. He was killed. The Ba'ath Party took power. Ironically, it's the same Ba'ath Party that led to the rise of Saddam Hussein, a leader that America would dethrone decades later. In the 1970s, the focus was back on Latin America. The US had its eyes on Salvador Allende. He was the president of Chile. Richard Nixon was the US president then. Accounts suggest that he ordered the CIA to make the Chilean economy scream. In 1973, a coup ousted Allende. It led to the dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet. The next decade was about Afghanistan. The Soviets had installed a government there, so the US armed the Afghan Mujahideen. They sent them aid and weapons to counter the Soviets. In 1989, the Soviets withdrew, but Afghanistan did not stabilize. It plunged into a civil war. The Taliban came to power. And you know what grew out of the Afghan Mujahideen? The Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, the same man who carried out the worst terror attack on American soil. But the US clearly did not learn its lesson, because in 2003, they went back to West Asia. This time, the target was Iraq. It was called the War on Terror. The Americans went after Iraq's President Saddam Hussein. They accused him of having weapons of mass destruction. None were found eventually, but the regime was toppled. And the invasion destroyed the country and the region. There was a huge power vacuum that led to the rise of terror groups like ISIS. By some estimates, the United States attempted regime change 70 times during the Cold War. 70 times. So what does all of this show you? That Washington has not learned its lesson. They may have mastered regime change, but the part that comes after, they're really bad at that. Will this time be different? I guess we'll have to wait and watch.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, First Post America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Donston, and this is First Post America.
about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me, and one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran." The truth is about the Middle East is, had there been no oil there, it would be like Africa. Nobody is threatening to intervene in Africa. The problem is the opposite. We keep asking for people to intervene and stop it. And there's no question that the presence of petroleum throughout the region has sparked great power involvement. Whether that was the specific motivation for the coup or not, I can't tell you, but there's always been this attitude that somehow we could intervene and use force in the region.
All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the 4 corners of the earth, that be likened to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, just going to get right into it. We had 2 video clips that precede this lesson that deal with America, aka Babylon the Greats, using that, being the hammer of the earth, going around destroying governments. The lady you mentioned, and she's from where now?
Lisa Daftari.
Okay, Lisa Daftari.
Yep.
Okay, and we followed her up with a clip from retired General Wesley Clark, speaking exactly what she was. But the thing is, her video is recent, within the last few days. His video is 10 days after 9/11, telling you exactly what they were going to do. So this the level of wickedness that this devil has, man. He's just about going around destroying everything. All right, heaping everything to himself, goods and all. All right.
God opened up with this precept right here.
Just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, "I guess it's."
Go ahead.
This is the book of just open it up, John 10:10. It says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy." Yeah, and that's ultimately you look at who's the thief, the real thief in the earth. It will be Esau, Edom, all right, the self-proclaimed white man, beginning with their elites, all right, the central banking families, which are Amalekite Edomites, man. All right, they're the ones that's coming, to steal your resources, to kill your leaders and destroy, the people and the way of the people, all right, and destroy their heritage, man. Like it says in Micah 2, all right, they covet fields and take them by violence, so they oppress a man, even his house and his heritage, man. So this is the man that's ruling right now, you know. And it says also in the book of Micah 2, it says what? That because it's in the power of his hand. And that's the reason why he's doing it, because the Lord, had him in that ruling seat, and he's still in that ruling seat right now, because the Lord haven't taken him out that ruling seat. And so what he's doing right now is basically just continuing on his destructive ways of destroying the nations. This is why, he's known as what? The son of perdition. All right, which is the one that brings destruction. And that's to people and the land. Okay?
Yeah, this is I want to say, I think it's Daniel 4:17. Let me grab that right quick, because this man, those two videos were very, very telling about who this devil. And if you don't know that Esau Edom is the devil now, after seeing this stuff that just happened with number 4547 with Venezuela, we don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous if you still denying that this is Esau Edom.
Yeah, the Lord had their eyes closed.
Yep.
The Lord, gave him, a spirit of slumber. Eyes they should not hear and ears they should not hear. And that's the reason why you can't see it, because the Lord is going to ultimately destroy you Israelites, all right, that can't see and hear, all right, this truth. Okay, so that's just a judgment on you. You got it, brother. But let me say this though, the election, we understand, all right, everything, all right. Lord willing, we of the elect.
God.
It says what? That the election have attained and the rest were blinded.
Yep.
That's what I'm referring to, because election, and I believe, we are the elect. We know the truth, man.
Yep.
Okay? You got it, bro.
We're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, we're not ignorant of them. And what he said to the prophets in Isaiah 42 and 9, before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, I do tell you of them.
Tell us everything. Okay, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17, and it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones." These are your prophets, all right? He says, "To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." Okay, we know that, what is that, Proverbs 21:1? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
I can read it for you.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turned it wherever he will.
Yeah, so he's in control of everything. Okay, it may not seem like that, but he's in control of everything that's going on. This is it. It's called the scriptures for a reason. Script is his movie. Okay, he's the director. All right.
Another quick one for you. Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directed his steps.
Yeah, he does, and that's for the wicked as well as the righteous.
God.
Both of them, like he said, from a lump, I created one to be the vessel of honor and one for the vessel of dishonor.
That's right.
Okay, and that vessel of honor is Jake. The Israelites who are about to come into rulership, and the vessel of dishonor is Esau Edom, the one who's about to go down. He think he's winning right now, but this is who the scripture is talking about. Again, Daniel 4:17. "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the man by the word of the holy ones, which are the prophets, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." And we know, according to Job 30:8, Esau Edom is the best man, base man. Okay, meaning he is the lowest of society, the lowest in social order. Okay. This guy, like you mentioned, he goes around and steals everybody's heritage. He wants to be he can be everybody but an Edomite, because he understands his fate, and it's not looking good. What we saw in those two videos, that's been this dude's pattern since he came into power. Just going around the world fucking with people, man, taking their stuff. And they want to call us the monkeys. You shave him down and see what he look like. Those thin lips. That's what monkeys do. Yep. They're reckless and take shit that ain't theirs. All right?
Yep. So, and, with that being said, let's go to the book of Habakkuk 2. This is the book of Habakkuk 2. And verse 5, it says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by lying, he is a proud man. Yeah, and that's this vain philosophy and ways of living, man. All right, spreading so-called democracy, man. Mm-hmm. Which that really just democracy is a farce anyway.
Yeah. Oh, in the video with the lady, she said, "Where's the democracy? Mm-hmm. It ain't none." That's what they sell it on that. This has always been about resources and oil, man.
Yeah, because if that's the case, well, these leaders that the American regime have toppled, they all been democratically elected.
Yep.
So there you go. They're hypocrites, man.
Yep.
And we know the hypocrite, or the joy of the hypocrite, is for a moment, man. Mm-hmm. And we're living in the last moment of this hypocrite ruling, man.
Yeah.
It says he is a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlarges his desire is hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Right. And this man is not satisfied with anything, even with blood, as the scriptures tell us in the book of Sirach 12, And it says, but gather unto him all nations and heap it unto him all people. And this is why, the capital of his kingdom, which is, there's many titles that refer to this land you call America, which America is the capital of Edom's kingdom. You can compare it to Basra, you can compare it to modern day Nineveh, land of the Chaldeans. But hey, the point is that America pretty much is where you got the great melting pot, where you have a representation of all nations here. All right, of course the heaviest being us Israelites, but all people, meaning what? All nations. All right, have people that's here. It says.
I was just going to say to your point, that's even adverse to us. Because he said he's made us a people special unto himself, holy, set apart. Okay, we're not supposed to be blending in with these folks. We're supposed to be setting the standard. But that's not the case right now because we're under these curses.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32:8. Verse 6, it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tongue proverb against him, and say, woe," which the word woe means destruction, right? Or destroyed is you, to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that laded himself with the clay, right? Because you increase, all right, yourself as far as your wealth with stolen goods, man. Unrighteous dealings. All right, it says riches gotten by deceit. And what translated to riches is what? The resources.
Yep.
All right, because he that controls the resources, that translates into wealth, which is riches. And we know that your blessing is what? The fatness of the earth, and that goes to what? Wealth, even oil.
Yeah, what the earth got to give.
Yeah. Along with
Oil, gold, silver, the resources within the earth, man. What the earth got to give.
Yep.
Because when you look up, what's that, Genesis, when Esau was giving his blessing?
I got you.
You look up that word fatness, is one of them is oil.
Yep.
And that's one of the excellencies of the tribe of Asher.
Man.
Is that Deuteronomy?
That's Deuteronomy.
Yeah, grab that. Say your point, though.
I'm saying that it's interesting. We was talking about this before you got on the call yesterday. You put that video in about Naphthalia and Asher a year ago, and then you came back a year later. I think it was Deuteronomy 33:29, talking about them again. We was talking about those resources, and look at where we are today with this dude in South America, man.
Yeah, because Genesis 49 says what? What did Jacob say? Gather around me that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days. So these prophecies is connected. They all connected, man. Go ahead, brother.
Deuteronomy 33:24. It says, "And of Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him."
Jake love Asher. Jake flying all up and through Asher. Asher's shit.
Yeah.
Especially in Brazil.
Yeah.
Barzal.
Yeah. Brazil, iron.
Yeah. It says, let him be
which is one of those resources too.
Yep. God, Salaki, bro, I didn't cut you off. It says, let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil.
Yeah, let him dip his foot in oil, man. Because, see, oil, in the ancient world, oil was a commodity. Different periods of time, different substances were high commodities, like salt. Salt was a high commodity.
Yep.
Oil was a high commodity Remember when the woman came to anoint Yahushua?
Yep.
What did the disciples say? Was it Judas?
Yeah.
He said, we could have sold this for an expensive amount. You know, the alabaster oil. You know, it's oil.
God.
Yeah, go and get you some fragrances and myrrh oil.
God.
Like some good one. Or any other oil. You be making different scents and you need like an oil base. You want a highly concentrated oil base to have a pure experience, a pure smell, you know?
God.
But that costs money,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
He
Now,
holds
I
the
was
scent.
going to say, too, even though it's a parable, you know, you talk about the 10 virgins, the ones with oil and the ones without.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a commodity. It's very valuable to you. So.
God.
And look at oil now. Oil always been something.
Yep.
What they call oil liquid gold.
Yep.
It says, verse 25, thy shoes shall be iron and brass.
Right, the earth beneath you. What's in the earth? Those minerals. Iron, brass, copper, zinc, other things. You know, and that's how you can pinpoint, you know, who's who.
Yep.
It's another scripture which speaks about dwell in the south and the west.
That's the next one, I think.
Right.
Forward.
And then you can actually look up a comparison of resources.
Yep.
Because that rainforest is shared by those countries.
Yep.
You know, there's other factors. See, that's the prophecies, you know?
Yeah. Well, and when you talk about that rainforest, like I said, I think that the video you put in there, there's like 7,000 different fruits that are available to us, and we only see 200.
Okay.
And then that Amazon, which is crazy, you start to link stuff together. The Amazon is responsible for 20% of the Earth's oxygen. What they have you doing? Remember they wanted to go down there and run that pipeline through it?
Yep.
And they lost. Right after that, because it was 20% of the Earth's oxygen, what it does, this wicked ass place have you doing? Wearing a mask. You know, you can't breathe, and you get that you messing with the Earth's oxygen.
Yeah, that was verse up.
Okay.
I had a precept.
Come, you got it.
You want to read or
Let me check this up real quick. Bible shot.
go ahead? This is 2nd Ezra's 11 and 40. And the fourth came. Matter of fact, I'm starting at 39. Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world? Like when you read, you know, the prophecy, the vision of Daniel, and the head of gold, Nebuchadnezzar, and the Babylonian.
Yep.
Okay, or you could say Assyrian, Babylonian, Neo-Babylonian Empire. What's that? Chest and arms,
Medes and Persians.
silver, Medes, Persian, stomach, legs,
The Greeks.
Greeks.
And then the last one, feet. And then over with clay. The Roman Empire.
Feet, Roman Empire, then the 10 toes, the Roman Empire. We vitalized.
Con.
And just like the Roman Empire, what did it do? It conquered many nations. All right, that's why I said it stumped the residue with the feet.
Yep.
And just like when America, because America, if you don't know, when you do the similarities to America and Rome, it's pretty much identical.
Yep.
Yeah, America, Rome, what they call it, Babylon. And the feet of the thing represents the end of the thing. Like you brothers that's into, Microsoft Office, Excel, it says what? Header and footer.
Yep.
What's the beginning of something? The head of something.
Header, yep.
Ra'ashya. In the beginning, Genesis.
That's right.
The footer, that's the end of something. So the end of the times, the prophecies of the Yahweh Shem Shai is going to come through these motherfuckers. What it say? It says, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. And the fourth came, and it overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
Yep.
And let me say, compass, that's how you know the earth is a globe, it ain't flat. All right. And it's also telling you how this is a future prophecy. Because Rome had dominion over the known world.
That's right.
But the revitalized Rome 2.0, the 10 toes, because when the Treaty of Rome was ratified, the two writers of it, or it could have been many writers, many minds, but what did they say? One of them said, "I do believe we have revived the Roman Empire."
Right. Yeah.
With that,
Yeah, we said that.
Yep.
Yeah. So in this Rome 2.0, they had control of the compass of the whole earth. How? Through the monetary fund. Get Daniel 2 and 44.
Daniel 2 and 44. All right.
Or 43.
When we started 43.
Wait.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What 43 say?
It says about the clay. Okay. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, beginning in verse.
Or you can start up if you want to. Hell, start from the top of the image. Start from the top.
Verse 40. Okay. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, that represents the military might. See, Rome could be number one in military strength. When it come to intelligence, they was always borrowing.
Yep.
It was always people, confounding them, or it was always something else to learn.
Yep.
And also, like, when you, maybe to keep reading. Go ahead.
Verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall it be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Right, divided, not equally yoked, basically. The nigga woman, we ain't equally yoked. No. No, they're not equally yoked.
Right.
The scripture says, how can two walk unless they agree? You got certain countries owning other countries, and them countries want to be ratified and separated, want to live a certain way according to the customs of that land.
Yep.
Even if it's distinct, even it could be one people group, but you got distinctions within it.
Right.
People want their acknowledgement.
Right.
You want to say something? Go ahead.
Hey, well, yeah, because going into that, the part iron, miry clay, it goes into, part of, the 10 horns, which today is known as the EU. Right? You have where some of those nations were strong, because that's what the iron represents. Iron is strong. And then
Strength.
Yeah, it represents strength. And then you have the miry clay, which clay is weak and fragile.
And the strength is mainly through what? The strength is mainly through what? Military might and economic might. Because who was some of the economic powerhouses? At one period of time, America.
Yeah.
And the Industrial Revolution, well, the beast system came after that, but America still was exporting a lot of shit. All right, 50s, 60s, 70s, like good shit was coming out of here. Other countries, Germany, of course, France, Britain, different countries had they different resources from other nations. So some was beneficial to the collective, and some was just liabilities.
Yeah.
So they had the strength of the iron and then the strength of the miry clay, which strength and weakness don't mix. What it say? You only as strong as your weakest link.
Yep. And then for a little time, you had to wear those ones that were strong. They were able to keep the weak ones afloat.
Yeah.
But then what happened? You started to see the weak ones fall apart, like Greece.
Yeah.
Remember the turmoil Greece was in. You know what I'm saying? And they really ain't never recover.
Wasn't Ireland one of them too?
Yeah. Well, you had you had Brexit.
Okay.
You had Brexit, but Ireland. The UK is a collective of those different countries over there. But as far as the UK, the main center part of that was Brexit. Great Britain departing from the EU, which is a huge deal because that was like the head of over there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You had also you mentioned Germany already, but Germany, as we speak right now, just to add to the brother point, Germany, which is German engineering, their car companies are taking billions of dollars of hit, each one of them, and that's causing Germany to be weak because Germany was one of the strongest ones.
Wasn't that saying if Germany sneezes, everybody catch a cold?
Yeah.
Europe catches the cold.
Yeah. Because his brother, brother Kanye, he bringing out a lot, which is true, because they know that German engineering, teaming, teaming over there, like science and shit over there, that what I'm saying was the highest in the world. So it's hey man, now Germany is weak, France is weak even, so now you see those 10 toes or which goes to the 10 horns. You see them now beginning to crumble. Okay, so the beast system is basically crumbling. All right, you got it, bro. Where we at? We at Habakkuk 2.
You were still in Habakkuk. I'm gonna get that Jeremiah and you done with that. Earth, yeah.
So going back to Habakkuk 2, in verse 6 it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and the telling proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long to him that laid himself with thick clay?" Which the word clay goes to the Hebrew word abatya, which means debt. Okay, because you would think a man that stole all these resources around the earth, they would be very wealthy. Well, they at least are wealthy. The Amalekites and the Chaldeans. But guess what? The average Edomite, they don't get no part of that blessing. And they used to have a little better living than Jake, but now they fucking all on the internet. They in they in turmoil.
Two-time losers.
Yeah, two-time losers, exactly. Because why? He says what? He is even to himself. All right. Basically, get that Bible shot. I might have misquoted. I don't want to butcher it too bad. Sirach 14:5, I think it is.
Oh, he that is evil to himself,
Yeah.
to whom we good.
Yeah, to whom will it be good? Yeah.
I take pleasure in his goods.
Yeah, so he's even evil to his own people. So that's why Edomites are crying out now. They realize that MAGA shit and that, which is Make America Great Again, that shit don't apply to them.
Yep.
It's really, make, basically the government of Amalek,
make Amalek great.
great. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really is. It says, jumping down to verse 8, it says, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee." Right. And hey, through America, all right, through America, you Edomites have destroyed many nations, man.
Yep.
Because it goes to what? The three unclean spirits like frogs. And it goes to what? The financial capital, the military capital, and the spiritual capital. Well, the military capital of Esau's kingdom is what? America.
Yep. Well, that's what General Russell Clark was saying in that second video. We're going to take down 7 governments in 5 years. And we're going to finish with Iran.
Yeah, those unclean spirits, man. What is it, 3? Like frogs. If you notice in the NWO, Amalek, their power structure is centered around those 3 city states.
Yep.
Being was it Washington D.C., which is
UK.
District of Columbia, which they got their own
Jurisdiction.
their own set of laws. That's where I go to get that Psalm 94:20.
Oh, friend with mission by law.
Yeah.
Or have fellowship with thee.
Yeah.
Psalms 94 and 20. And Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee,
Yeah, kingdom of wickedness.
which frameth riches by law?
Yeah, shall the kingdom of wickedness be righteous? Yeah, you Edomites, you Protestants, you think that white superiority is the will of the Most High. White superiority is a throne of iniquity.
Yep.
You have no fellowship with the Most High. You frame mischief by law. You make this evil things wicked.
She does.
Go ahead. No, the scripture before that.
Yeah, Revelation 16 and 13, it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Yeah, that's the Edomite power structure. And that's how you control people. Like when you go into the ancient world, they always try to unite the people under a religious belief system. Nebuchadnezzar tried to do it. All right. It's always like an ideology to follow. Even in Genesis, Nimrod.
Yep.
Look, we're gonna be cut off if something happened, because they all had an account of the flood. So they was trying to escape judgment of the Most High.
Right.
What did it say in Psalms 2? Grab that real quick. Psalms 2. Read the first couple verses.
Psalms 2 and 1, it says, why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing?
Yeah, they got this creative contraption that's supposed to deliver them from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's algorithm. Go ahead, read.
NLT says, why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. You know?
Against the Lord and against his anointed one. The anointed is the chosen. Read.
It says, verse 3, it says, let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High.
Yeah, because the Most High is omnipotent,
Yep.
omniscient, all right, omnipresent. And they trying to figure out and combat with this technology and different little things to be God themselves. See? That's the devil.
Yep. They don't lose that battle.
Verse 4 it says, but the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Right, because ultimately the Lord will have them in derision. Okay? It says, which is confusion. Because guess what? Hey, when they, it says in Job that when they're about to fill their belly, that the Most High shall cast. Can you grab that Bible shot? I'm about to butcher.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 'cause the Lord's going to disappoint these wicked elites, man. All right. You got it out?
Yep.
Yeah, bring it out, bro.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. And it reads, I'll start at 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Yeah, the wicked goes to what? The laborers.
Yep.
The Hebrew word there is awad, is it? Amawad? Look that word up.
With a,
Yes.
Aimal.
Amal,
Okay.
which means laborers.
And another word for that is slave, man.
Yep.
You don't enslave the world through occupation, man.
Come.
Everybody a goddamn slave.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, the Hebrew word amal, because the main slaves on earth that they use to conquer and basically profit off of is us Israelites, man. All right, beginning with Judah on down.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 23, Job chapter 20, verse 23 says, when he is about to fill his belly.
Yeah, your NWO plans. Okay, which the number one thing is that to have everybody receive their MOTB.
Yep.
All right, the RFID technology, which the neural link or the one that goes to your hand. Okay, go ahead.
It says, when he is filling his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy you. Okay, he's going to literally throw you down, man, by force. using what? Fire.
Yep.
Okay. And who's going to lead that charge? How shine the angels. Okay. So what we left off at? Psalms 2 and verse.
No, this is on Psalms. What was
Okay.
that before the song?
We was at Revelation 16.
Go ahead.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like it was always easier throughout history for dominant powers to control the masses with a belief system.
Yep.
And you will have your magicians to help you impose that system. Like Pharaoh had the magicians, and you always had your little priesthood, you know. But now Esau Edom got this AI,
Yeah.
you know. And not only that, but like the whole ideology behind how to heal yourself.
Yep.
You go to the hospital. How to be in a relationship. You listen to what he say.
Yeah. So
How to raise your children. Go ahead.
no, it's like Brian, because I was just saying basically a digital priesthood.
A digital what?
Priesthood.
Yeah. He got a digital version. Where you constantly plugged in. Where you at?
Literally.
Got it. It says, verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth. And
Yeah, which go forth into the kings of the earth. Like, you got to get with it. Because those 3 spirits like frogs, you got the military leg of the white supremacist empire headed by Amalek. You got to know who Amalek is. All right? You got wings of government, man. See, you got the government that you taught, the legislative, judicial, executive branch. And you got the real governments. All right? You got the military wing. And they all got what? An obelisk. Over here in Washington, D.C., the obelisk and all that. D.C., the District of Columbia, they got their own constitution, their own regulations, set of laws. They're not governed by the United States Constitution. They got, you know.
Yep.
Got seven factions of police too.
But so like you said again.
7 different factions of police.
So they got their own governance. That's the military. Then you got the spiritual wing, the Vatican, Catholicism. And you know they got power.
Yep.
Out of all those cases.
Pedo case.
And you know, and then you got London. See, you got 2 Londons. You got London and then you got the city of London. The city of London is the financial wing. They don't answer to the rules of London the same way Washington, D.C. don't answer. Hell, like Walt Disney don't answer to the government.
Yeah.
See, you people, y'all don't know what's going on, man.
Yep. Oh, I got a quote for you.
Go ahead.
This is a quote from this is Meyer M. Bauer, I believe it is. And this is what he said. Let me grab it real quick. It says, who controls the issuance of money controls the government. This is a quote by Nathan Meyer Rothschild. Okay. So who controls the money? Amalek.
Yep.
and American money, the whole money system, the dollars you see, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grant, Franklin, who the nigga on the 50?
So we've got Benjamin.
Huh? Benjamin on the 100.
Was it Grant?
Okay.
No.
Is it Grant on the 50?
Grant on the 20.
Okay.
I don't know. No. So like y'all right. Grant on the 50. Jackson on the 20.
Right.
Andrew Jackson. I'm so like y'all right. Hey, I don't know shit. I don't even look.
There's another quote from Meyer M. Bauer. I'm sorry, Meyer M. Rothschild. You know, or Bauer, same thing. It says, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes its laws."
And America don't control their money. None of these nations control their money.
Nope.
When you look at all the countries that America going to war with, when you look at all the countries, let me rephrase that. When you look at all the countries, the military wing of the white supremacist Amalekites going to war with, which America is their military wing of the beast system.
Yep.
Who are they being sicked upon? The nations that doesn't have a international monetary fund system.
Yep. That's
All the nations whose resources are not controlled, managed, and financed by the tiny tops, the small caps, the parasites. Go ahead, bro.
Now you,
That nigga bite them. That nigga, you ever seen the parasites on a bear?
Yeah.
man.
That's dude.
Yeah, they basically the countries that don't have a centralized bank. Because why? Everything is going geared towards what? The MOTB.
Yeah.
So they gotta have the centralized bank or a bank that's linked to the centralized bank to control the economy of that land. You know.
Yeah, they gotta consolidate everything.
So going back to Habakkuk, the second chapter, and verse 8, it says, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Yep.
Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein." Right? Because what? Hey, Esau has spoiled many nations, man. All right. And we basically bringing out how you spoil the different nations. Okay, through his military, man. Because it speaks about what? Who was able to make war with the beast in Revelation 13.
Yeah.
You know, that whole beast system. So America and his allies, or NATO and the EU, they helped destroy many nations, man. You know? And this is why the Lord prepared you to be spoiled, man. Beginning with what? Babylon. All right, which is America. You hold some out.
Yeah. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 34, verse 22. It says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. He that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshed."
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's straightforward. Okay? "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him." And what does he do? Tax you to fucking death.
Yep.
Okay? You cannot, by the time you get your check, half of it's gone already. You know? Before you pay any bills. Or, you know, buy any groceries, get any gas, it's gone already.
Yep.
You know? It said, and you know, he slayed them. You know, especially you got a lot of these Edomites now, based on what you know Trump was doing. They don't know how to live. They committing suicide and stuff. You know.
Suicide, living in their vehicles.
Yep.
Yep.
It says, "And he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder."
Oh, man.
Yep. The key thing I can think of right now, within the last 2-3 years, it was that guy that worked for Caterpillar. Caterpillar went under, I believe, and you know he lost all his pension and everything, and he had been had so many days away from retirement of like 30 years, and man, he lost it. You know, they took his pension and everything, just out of the blue. Everything he had earned, you know, they had you know, they took it away from him.
Yep. So basically, this is just everything point to, you know, this man being an unrighteous ruler. You know, and basically the, you know, oppressor. All right, and also the hammer of the earth, man.
I got
Everything
that.
apply. You say how?
I had that hammer of the earth.
Gone.
Yeah. This is
Because it was a hammer known to do the break or the beat down. You know, or hammer down, to push down.
yeah. This is Jeremiah 50:23, and it reads, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation, Slakia, among the nations?" All right, and like that guy said in that video, you know, America's the hammer, and they see everybody else as a nail.
That's right.
He just, you know, at will go around pounding you, you know, driving you into the ground. All right.
Yeah, basically, him saying that, bringing that scripture to life.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, playing out, you know.
And if you ever drive a nail too hard, once that the head of that nail goes past the surface, it's very difficult to come back out, man. They mean to pummel you. You know, you take that head of that nail and it goes past past the horizontal, man. It's messed up.
Yeah, the nations are the it's like the nails. Because look at the nations. When he hammer them down, guess what? They don't never recover.
Nope.
Look at Afghanistan.
Yep.
Look at Syria. Look at Iraq. Look at Afghanistan. Look at Iraq. Look at Yemen. Look at Libya.
Libya, yep. I was about to say Libya.
You know?
That was one of the countries he mentioned, yep.
You got it, all right.
Yeah, and then, you know, you mentioned a lot of those places. Iran, Yemen. When you look at the map, you know, of our land, it goes from the Great River of Egypt, which is the Nile, all the way over to Euphrates. And those nations, Yemen, Iraq, are in that region, you know, that we're supposed to have. That's another way you know that those are not the people, because they don't have all the land.
Yeah.
You know, got a small portion of it, but you know, that's not all of it. That's not what was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah. That's why they don't have peace.
Yep.
They don't have peace over there.
Yep. What was his name? Gamal Abdel Nasser, second Egyptian president, noted for saying in 1952 that there would never be peace in Israel because the Jews left it black and they came back white.
Yep.
So he was right on. He was spot on.
This is the world known fact. You know, it's a world known fact. Because that truth is not, or that history is not hidden anymore.
Right.
You got more on that? Let me get ready to close. I got
Yeah.
more.
He says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware.
Yep.
Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Yep. And how you fall against the Lord? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like you said, a snare has been laid. This brings me back to Obadiah 1:7. It reads, Obadiah 1:7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. And they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there was none understanding. So yeah, you know, these other nations are playing chess, and like the scriptures also say, you know, the nations are mad for what you have done. All right, you had, you know, now because of what Trump did, went in and arrested. Oh, and I saw an article today too. Now they say he didn't have anything to do with the drugs. Well, we know that's why you didn't arrest him. It was because of the oil.
Yeah.
Get him out of the way. All right. But but the thing with that scripture is that, you know, now everybody's against you. You know, like the scriptures say, you know, I've made you small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Yeah.
You know, he's made you small in a number of ways, in terms of numbers of your nation. You know, y'all not having babies like you used to, and you know, even then it wasn't that good. Y'all been on decline for the longest. All right, in terms of babies, and so yeah, and then and now, like I said, you know, speculations that they've been playing chess while y'all been playing checkers.
Yeah.
All right, because now, you know, China and Russia, the two most outspoken nations about what they did to Zelensky. Not Zelensky, to Maduro.
Yeah, I think it was Duro.
Yeah, now they're saying that if Russia goes in and you know, gets Zelensky, what can they do?
Yep.
You know, if China, you know, does a blockade on Taiwan, what's the U.S. going to do? And the fact that they went off and started messing with them, man. You know, it's open season now, because you know, and these nations, you know, what does the scripture say? Let the weak say I'm strong. You know, they feel, you know, they can do the same things that you do.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they got the missile technology too. They got missiles.
Ain't no more double standard.
Yeah.
That was it on that.
Yep. This is the book of Isaiah. This is my last precept. You got anything else? Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled." And who's the one that spoiled? We just brought it all out, man.
Yep.
You Edomites, man, because Amalek is the head, right? Amalek was the first nation, meaning the chief. And you go back to what? The nation of Esau, Edom. All right, they're the ones that send out their military dogs, which is America, all right, to spoil the nations, man. It says, and dealers treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee, which is what? Deceitfully. You always dealing deceitfully with the nations, man. Because why? You want their resources, and you do anything to get it. Okay? You're known to be the rapers and robbers and murderers of the earth. You know? As far as the people and their lands. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's the Lord bringing forth that recompense upon you. Because that's what's going to come. That's what's going to come to.
Yep.
The Lord's going to ultimately return your recompense upon your own head.
Yep.
Okay? And you're going to be destroyed, man. As far as you Edomites, man, in your kingdom, all right? The whole infrastructure of your government is going to be destroyed, man.
Yep.
And that's the time we're living in right now, where the Lord's about to bring forth that judgment.
Yep.
All right?
Well, no, I was saying, just like that scripture said, they have laid a wound on thee, and there was none understanding. They about to, these other nations, man, about gonna do some damage to Babylon the Great. You're not ready. You know, you can say you can, say you have all this might, but what happens when these people start fighting back?
Yep.
You know.
Even Jeffrey Sachs was in the UN Security Council.
Yep.
They had an emergency Security Council. He in there speaking. And you normally don't see Jeffrey Sachs in there speaking in the UN Security Councils.
Nope.
He usually deal with the financial sector and stuff like that, dealing with the economy. So you know this shit is basically hitting hard.
Yep.
So Babylon's reputation around the world is totally tarnished in the worst way.
Yep.
Because the nation see this place for what it really is.
It's a bully. It's a huge bully.
It's a not only that, it's the criminal in the earth.
Yep.
Okay, the criminal that only abide by its own laws, which is the international laws that it helped establish, and even the UN Security Council Charter. So you're a fucking hypocrite, and the joy of a hypocrite is only for a moment.
Yep.
So live out your moment, man. You know, because we're at the end of it. All right, you got anything else?
Yeah, what's that? To live out your, I think that's Lamentations 2:15. Or is it 4?
4?
Yeah, let me see.
4 to 122.
Lamentations 4:21. Yeah. It says, and it reads, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Okay. Verse 22.
Which is mean what? You've been exposed.
Yeah. Come
Go ahead.
on. Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, and will discover thy sins. Yeah, so man, what's that? It says the earth is going to rise up against him. And then the other one about, let me see, it's about the righteous looking from heaven. Righteousness looking down from heaven.
Psalm 33.
That's not it.
Not it.
Righteousness looking down from heaven. Righteous.
Because that's ultimately the Lord going to bring forth the judgment, man, on this place, man.
Yep.
You know?
Psalms 85 and 11.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. It says, truth shall spring forth out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven.
That's right.
Yeah, because we know, this truth is going all over the place. You know, and the water Yabashim Shai for using the prophecy to do that, because what's that other scripture? Publish army. Let me see. great was the army that published it?
Oh, great was the company that published it?
Company, yeah.
You talking about Psalm 68?
Yeah.
Psalm 68 and
Is that
I'll
the
get
one
it.
too?
Let me see here. Psalm 68 and verse see, the Lord gave the word. Let me see, Bible shot me get this real quick. It says, the book of Psalm 68 and 11, the Lord gave the word, great was the company of those that published it.
Mm-hmm. And who was those that published it? The prophets. You know, when you go into 2nd Ezra 14, when Esdras, you know, asked for the wisdom to rewrite the, you know, the scriptures that was destroyed by Esau Edom within the temple. You know, hey, he said once they were done with it, he said these other ones you make known. You know, so they published it.
Yeah.
All right.
So and then that's the service of prophets. The service of prophets declaring the things the Lord is getting ready to perform. All right, which the things that He declared before, you know, He spring them forth, like we quoted earlier. He gonna declare them through His service of prophets, which is the mouthpiece of the Lord.
Yep.
And that's how you know the warning is going out, even for our people to get themselves together, because the Lord is getting ready to destroy Babylon the Great.
Yep.
And the wicked rulers of the earth. All right, and that's it, man.
Yep.
So
we said, to your point, this is a Psalm. If you want to close out this, we can. Psalms 119.
It's time for you to work.
126. That's right. That's right. Psalms 119, verse 126, and it reads, "It is time for thee, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to work, for they have made void thy law."
Yeah, that's why the world is stable, man. All right, or experiencing instability in a major way, because the righteous are not in authority.
Right.
And then the righteous begin with Yahweh Shai. It's the King of righteousness. Okay, go ahead.
So and you got to consider too, you know, that you know he has to say this because now, you know, the Creator of heaven and earth. You know, the stuff is not going to the way he wanted it. All right, because like the scriptures say, you know, I believe it's the Lord's Prayer in Matthew, on earth as it is in heaven.
That's right.
You know, the laws of heaven are supposed to govern this earth, and we see that in Deuteronomy 4.
Right.
Supposed to end, but it's not right now because we're in a low state. All right.
And the Lord going to establish that through the Israelites,
Right.
using His people.
Right.
All right.
Isaiah chapter 2. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
You got out.
All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharal.
Kwam Yasharal.
Abba Abba.
Abba Abba.
All right, we got next. Shalom.
Shalom.